Good evening, everyone, to the official international press conference of the Chess Olympiad in Tromsø, Norway, round 7. Our special guests tonight are, from my right, we have Alexander Ingic from Serbia, we have Tisia Gara from Hungary, and to my left we have Henry Carlsen, one of the most famous, if not the most famous chess fathers ever, father of Magnus Carlsen, and the Deputy Tournament Director, Morten Sand. First, I would like to give the word to the representative of the organization, Mr. Sand. He has an important announcement to make.
Thank you, Susan. In my capacity as Deputy Tournament Director, I was informed today that the women's team from Burundi did not show up to today's round. They didn't show up yesterday either, so the organizer immediately started to investigate if there is something wrong, and we have checked their hotel and the house they were living in, and we have to say that it seems they have actually left Tromsø. We have all the indications that they have left Tromsø. This, of course, has some consequences for the tournament. Now, who participates in the Chess Olympiad and how long they can play in the tournament is totally up to the discretion of the chief arbiter and his staff. They will consider this matter after the round today, before the pairing of the next round. We have all the reasons to believe that the women's team will be excluded from further participation in the Olympiad, but I emphasize the decision has to be made later and by the chief arbiter and his staff. In addition to this, there is one player from Burundi men's team who has the same pattern. He has not shown up in the same rounds as the female team. We have checked his hotel, and we have no indications that he is still there. However, this will not have consequences for the participation of the Burundi men's team, since it's absolutely okay to continue to play with 3 players in the team. So, of course, from the organizers' point of view, we are not very happy for such an incident, but we have to concentrate on the tournament, that everything is done correctly, and what will happen later, it's out of our control, but I'm sure there will be some kind of search to try to find where these players really are. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this information. Hopefully we'll find out more, and that hopefully they are safe, of course. Let me go to Henrik. Of course, it's very nail-biting probably for you to watch a game like today. I was watching first in the early part of the game. It seemed that Magnus was doing fantastic, and then things turned a little bit not for the better side. How nervous do you get when you see Magnus play in general, or today in fact?
Well, in general, I'm of course extremely satisfied with the results of Magnus. And I try not to forget this. During a specific game, of course, it's exciting also, and I must admit I'm happier if he wins than if he loses.
No kidding.
But again, his results are tremendous, and even for him, a single result shouldn't be that important, and certainly not for his father.
Well, you're a pretty good chess player yourself.
Well, thank you, Susan. But
so, how was it when he first started beating you?
That went quite quickly, in fact.
How old was he when that happened? And you're around 2000 range player, right?
Yeah, he was 9. And he participated in his first children tournament when he was 8.5. And then after about half a year of tournament practice, he started to beat me occasionally in blitz, and then also quickly in longer time controls. And I just felt proud. I mean, it was really an ambition I was waiting for the moment that he would beat me, although it came much quicker than I expected.
Do you still play once in a while a blitz game?
No.
No?
But when he was 12, I could occasionally beat him if I got 9 minutes and he got 1. And that's still highlights of my chess career.
How often do you still travel with Magnus?
Quite often. Espen travels with him a lot to events and stuff. But for major tournaments, I also go a lot to help out with practical stuff. And I love to be at chess tournaments, and it's great to be here.
Magnus is, of course, the world champion, and you have all the right to be very proud of him, as well as all of Norway, I believe, is. He is also extremely athletic. I was extremely impressed when he came to visit in St. Louis to play the tournament, and then I witnessed him playing various sports, and he seems to be just as competitive on, doesn't matter if it's a tennis court or a football field or basketball court. He's running really after every ball like he would be an athlete in that particular sport. Where do you think he gets all this energy?
Well, he's quite young, and look at some of the other young players out there on the football field. I mean, they're quite energetic. He's quite competitive. I agree. And,
does it come from the family?
It comes through. I don't know. I mean, you have to ask my wife. No, I have.
Were you as competitive in his age?
Frankly, not. No. But if you ask his sisters, yes, he's always been very competitive, whether it's sports or cards or whatever. And I think he's even grown more competitive with the years, because it's such an important element of being a professional chess player. So it's also, I mean, if he gives everything during a football or basketball match, it's easier to forget about, let's say, the tension, the pressure, the expectations taking place in his chess life. So it's quite relieving to really do your best in a physical sport in between. And I think a lot of the top players would agree on that.
Absolutely, I agree. Let me go to our guest on my right-hand side. Ticia, congratulations, you won today.
Thank you.
And you're having a great tournament, 5 out of 6 so far,
so
that's
far.
right? So far, so good. Also, Hungary as a team is doing quite well, playing on top boards.
We won our 5 matches out of 6. We only lost against China yesterday. It was a very tough match. We had some chances, but I also had some great chances, but at the end we lost.
How was your game today?
It was a very tough French defense, and I played the solid knight d2, and then it was a variation until a lot of moves. Then it was time trouble, complications, but at the end I managed to win my game, so I'm very happy.
Alexander, you are perhaps the tallest grandmaster alive today, and you had a great tournament so far, as well as your country, not today so much, but in general Serbia has been doing wonderful. Tell me, how did the Serbian team prepare for this big event?
Before Olympiad, we worked with our national captain, Slavoljub Marjanovic, on a weekly basis, and we played in some tournaments, and I believe that we are a little bit underrated, and here we are just showing our good form till now. Today we played against China, and we overall had a bad day, and I am embarrassed of my play today, but hopefully there will be something more in the next rounds.
You finished 4th in the World Junior, I believe?
I shared 5th.
Shared 5th.
Yes.
What are your overall goals in the near future?
I finished high school recently, and I will try to play chess in 1 year or 2, or see if I will go to university or something like that. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, let me go back to this side. Morten, as being one of the chief organizers of this huge event, I know you worked on this over 8 years. That's a long time. And I witnessed a good part of this road. How do you feel today? I know there are bumps But overall, is it satisfying to see the Olympiad guests in your homeland from 172 countries?
Well, your question, Susan, was how do I feel today? And I can tell you that I fell asleep in the office 1.5 hours ago. So, of course, I'm really tired. There's a lot of problem shooting every day. But overall, I think we are very, very satisfied with what we have achieved. There is a huge staff up here who has worked the last 2-3 years making this happen. They have done a very good job, some of them really outstanding job. One of the problems we have faced is that it has been so popular to get up here that there are more people coming than there are hotel beds around in the city. Now this becomes a challenge and trying to solve this equation of number of people and number of beds is not very easy. But at one point we got 250 offers of private accommodation, and then we knew that we could solve the thing. Now, after the first round, which is always chaotic, everything settles down a little. The players get into their regular playing mode of the Olympiad. Everybody starts to know their job and it becomes more routine. The second round, all the players were inside the hall 12 minutes before the round. The first, we had to postpone for 15 minutes. But one day at a time, everything gets into the real Olympic mode, and I think now we are very pleased with what we see. It's been a long journey, but I think we will succeed, and some complaints, of course, all the time there will be, but we are constantly solving problems on a daily basis, and I think we will continue to do it, and that this will be remembered as a good stay here in Tromsø.
I believe so, indeed. I see with my own eyes every day some small improvements. And one thing that I hear echoed by everyone is how understanding and eager the Norwegian organizers are to solve all the problems or all the little requests that all the different guests has, even if they cannot solve everything, but the intentions are definitely there, and most of the issues are resolved indeed. Eric, of course, we all know a lot about Magnus as a chess player. We see his brilliant moves, his fantastic results, game after game, tournament after tournament. How is Magnus when he is at home? What things does he like to do when he's not playing chess?
Well, maybe it's better to ask him, but just in general terms, I mean, I think he likes the things that young adolescents or adults like to do. He's being with friends, going to a restaurant or to a movie, doing a lot of sports, probably spending some time on chess. And he used to be very interested in politics, geography, and some other topics at school, but nowadays I think he's spending most of his time really on chess and sports and friends, and he's following the news, of course, etc.
Excellent. Well, my usual question to all the guests is a prediction. Who do you think will win the Open and the Women's Olympiad, starting with Alexander?
Well, I believe that Serbia still has a chance, so I'm not going to discard that. But as I saw some matches today, I believe that Azerbaijan is some favorite. I think they play really well so far and have really good chances to win this tournament.
And for the women's section?
Well, I believe China. So Serbia, girls from Serbia played really nice. But today, unfortunately, they lost 2.5 against Georgia. But I believe they will recover in the next rounds.
I wish your teams good luck. Ticia?
Well, I can't see the future, but I think those teams will win who can be very strong at the end, because there are still 4 rounds left, and it's always the last 2 rounds that count most. So I hope Hungary will have a great result.
Okay, so you're not picking particular
No.
teams. Okay. Henrik?
Well, it seems in the women group, today was kind of a football term 6-point match between China and Russia, and from what I understood, Russia was doing very well. And if they win or have won this game, I would consider them the favorites. I think in the open group, with Russia not winning today, it's really completely open. If anyone, I would maybe pick Azerbaijan, but still I think there's no team with more than 20 or 30% chance of winning the event.
Indeed, it's a very tense and open event. Morten, any personal pick, not as an organizer?
No, I think all the Olympic results tells us that it's decided in the two last rounds. I completely agree with this. The top teams that can make two good results the last two rounds will be fighting for the title in both groups.
Thank you for all your answers.